rounds. John Champion saw this one.
Williams. Oh, not the best of clearances from Segers. This is Vieira. And he's got Anelka to his left. And here's Christopher Wray. 1-0 to Arsenal. And it all stemmed from the poor clearance by the Dutch goalkeeper. Neither height nor distance. And Vieira unerringly picked out Wray, who we can safely say is the first Liberian ever to score in an FA Cup semi-final. Dean Richards. Long angle ball looking for Goodman and finding him as well. And although Seaman gathered, Tony Adams is quickly in to make the point that maybe Goodman's foot was a little high. This is Parler. Anelka. Oh, and Keith Curle has slipped. Now, can Nicola Anelka take advantage? Curle has recovered somewhat. But this is Ray Parler going through. Good block by Segers. Anelka. Disappointingly wide. Although defenders were getting back to cover. Petit. Off the head of Robinson. Now Parler. No one really closing him down. And in the wet conditions, and with an awkward bounce, well held by Segers. Goodman's header. Oh, and here's Simpson! Well, it certainly surprised Seaman. And Claridge nearly got the follow-up. It was almost as if the Arsenal defence hadn't really restarted the game after half-time. Here's Froggatt. And Seaman's lost that. Goodman, surely. Well, he seemed a certain scorer. Seaman's fumble. And it was Petit that saved the day for Arsenal. Steve Bull, 300 Wolves goals to his name, is warming up. Anelka has got the better of Richards. And Overmars. It was Robinson who slid in. Richards seemed to have it covered, and then suddenly Anelka was round the back of him. Vieira. Hit Petit, and he's fallen neatly for Wolves. Here's Bull, chance for an early impact for him. Well, he went through the tackle, and it's Claridge. Ball ran away from him. Grimondi with the clearance, but it's not worked out for Arsenal. Seaman. Surely Vieira will get it clear, but still Wolves have a chance. Bull's shot, charged down by Bold. Well, this is hardly textbook defending, but at least Arsenal can claim that it's effective. Although whether they actually knew what they were doing is open to question. Oh, nicely done. This is Parler. And Anelka's unmarked in the middle. Oh, the cross was just a yard too far in front of Anelka. Arsene Wenger just a matter of minutes away from the FA Cup final. Overmars. He's hurdled 2 challenges and a third. He goes down. No penalty given. It's Platts. Pushed away by Segers. Although the Dutchman looked round at the referee and hoped.
I had already the feeling in before the game the team who would score the first would go to the final. I don't know why, and unfortunately we could catch our first chance. We controlled quite well the game until the second half, and in the second half we were under pressure in the first 20-25 minutes. And we had many chances on the breaks in the second half where it couldn't finish. That's why until the end it was really a battle and nervously very difficult. we've got a big game, a game that I've told our players, and I've said all along, for me, it's a bigger game than this game, and that's the game against Charlton on Tuesday night. So we've got to be right for that. We've got to put this behind us, which I think we can do easily, because we've acquitted ourselves well. We've not embarrassed ourselves against a team like Arsenal, who are probably going to end up cup winners. We can go away with a little bit of pride. We can take that in a game against Charlton and do well.
It wasn't quite such a good contest, that one, Trevor. Who stood out for you, though?
Well, it's a good performance again by Arsenal. I mean, Adams, again, is getting back to his very best. In midfield, Vieira was the best player on the pitch, Petit alongside him. They got total control of that area. And I think a pat on the back for Christopher Ray. He's had a good week. You know, no Bergkamp, no Wright. Nelka and Ray have done well, and he's come in with some important goals. Took it very well, very composed.
And I suppose the Premiership have proved a point, haven't they, today?
Yes, I mean, there were 1-0 scorelines. I felt there were more than that in both matches. There were more chances, perhaps, for Newcastle, but Arsenal totally dominated. I was amazed, you know, they didn't get the second goal, and so you've always got a chance as a Division 1 team, but there was a goal, I felt.
OK, thanks. Well, yesterday, Hearts beat Falkirk, and this evening, Celtic.
Yes, I think, Ray, we've had Manager of the Month here, Player of the Month here, and we've got Shounder of the Month in Martin Keown. How is it?
Yes, not too bad now. I had a little bit of trouble seeing out of the eye, so I had to come off, but now I'm pretty happy with the eye, so doctors have asked me to leave it for this weekend. Hopefully I'll be fit to play the week after next.
Now, I know it's football speak to say you don't mind what the other team are doing, you take each match as it comes, but please tell me, there is some excitement in the Arsenal dressing room, isn't there?
Oh, I think there's a lot of excitement, there's a lot of enjoyment. If you can't enjoy this position, when can you enjoy it? Great weekend last week. Into the final, the FA Cup final. So we're just enjoying the position we're in. We've scrapped away, ground out results in typical Arsenal fashion, and now we're just going to enjoy it.
It is a bit reminiscent of when the double was last won by this club, but you were, what, 5 years old then?
That's right, yeah, 5 years old. But yeah, those were great days for the club, and we're hoping that we can achieve that as well. They're all household legends at the club, and it'd be nice to match that achievement.
Now, there seems to be a slight difference of opinion up at Old Trafford as to whether they're in the driving seat or you're in the driving seat. What do you think?
Well, we're not really worried about their opinion, you know. We're just enjoying it, enjoying the situation. It could go either way. They've got the luxury of 7 points. So, you know, we've got plenty of games in hand. We'll have a big reflection on what happens. If we can get a win today, you know, it really sets us up. So we're just looking to enjoy it, really. And it's got the makings of a cracking game today.
Win today and a draw at Blackburn now would be good enough, wouldn't it, from Easter?
Well, that was a great result for Manchester United at Blackburn, and we need to get something from that game now as well. So, you know, Blackburn turned us over here. Alex has said that what a good side they are. So, you know, thanks for the warning, and we'll go there and do our best.
The defensive record. You could set a club record. You can't play, of course, but I mean, it would be 9 games without a goal conceded if you deny Newcastle today.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know where that's come from. It's just, you know, we just set out to do our job. Obviously, there's a lot of luck involved, but you know, everyone who's come in, you know, knows the job, and we all know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and it's a pleasure to play in the back four, really.
And you missed 3 games now, 2 because of the injury, 1 through suspension. Still leaves you with a few to play.
Yeah, that's right. Probably 5 games, hopefully, when I come back, and we've got a nice FA Cup final to look forward to. So I'm hoping I can still play a big part in what happens between now and the end of the season.
Nice to talk to you, Martin.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks, gentlemen. Mark, what was that John Lennon song? Mind Games? Are we starting to get all the psychology now?
Yeah, it's getting all a bit like that, isn't it? I mean, look at Manchester United this week, and Monday night, half-time, 1-0 down against Blackburn Rovers, would have settled for a point from that and 3 points against Liverpool, and the way that turned out, and I think that's the way that the rest of Arsenal's games are going to go. Obviously built on a fantastic defensive record, which Martin Keown has played a large part in. And I think now, as I know Fergie said, you know, Arsenal are definitely the favourites. I don't think they are. I'd still rather be in Manchester United's position.
Really?
Yes, with the points. I mean, look, they've got a game today against Newcastle. And the thing with Newcastle today, they're going to go there and they're just going to sit and make it difficult. There's the fixtures, as we can see. I mean, you've got away from home as much as anything. Blackburn on Monday, so that'll be 2 games in 3 days for Arsenal. Barnsley, desperate for their points. Liverpool, you know, they want to beat Arsenal. And I think the thing is, with Manchester United, they've got 4 games to go. And in those games, they're all eminently winnable. Of that, there is no doubt. And I think with Arsenal, Ray, that they've had such a good run, you just feel that they might just draw a couple of games. And that, they really could be their problem. But certainly, I mean, I would still back Manchester United, and I think Fergie's playing it so... I'm sure, you know, behind the scenes, you know, imagine yesterday he's come out and he's done his press conference and he said, oh, well, it's Arsenal's. You know, they can only lose it. You know, they were 7 points clear, but they've got 4 games in hand. I bet behind the scenes he's gone, hey, we're still going to win this. I'm sure he's in that.
Well, today's game, really, should Arsenal get 3 points today, I mean, that will give them so much more confidence too. So you shouldn't underestimate today, just the importance of that one match.
Of course, but then the problem, as soon as you get closer to Manchester United in terms of points, and you're not chasing anymore, you are the one to be chased by everybody else, then that is more difficult. Once you're leading, it's far more difficult than chasing.
Thanks, Mark. It's going to get nervy. Change of competition to the Littlewood-sponsored FA Cup. We reflect on the agony and the ecstasy that always surrounds the semi-finals. All 4 of the clubs involved crying out for success.
Clearances from Segers. This is Vieira, and he's got Anelka to his left, and here's Christopher Ray. 1-0 to Arsenal. And Seaman's lost that. Goodman, surely. Well, he seemed a certain scorer. Here's Bull. Chance for an early impact for him. Well, he went through the tackle and it's Claridge. And this is hardly textbook defending, but at least Arsenal can claim that it's effective.
Play is well worked here. Oh, and Anderson is through, and he's gone down, and it's been kicked off the line. And it's come off to Bizas. It's going to come to Quinn. There's the header in, and there's the header by Marcelo, and it must have been mighty close. Pearce, well played. Barnes, Shearer's there. Newcastle United have taken the lead in the semi-final, and it's Alan Shearer of England. And they're floating one, and Quinn's coming in on the far side, and there's a great save by Gibbon from Wayne Quinn. That might have forced extra time. Lining up on the edge of the penalty area, there are 5 of them here. And where's it going to go? Oh, and a desperate last challenge on the far side, and another one. And Wayne Quinn didn't quite make it, and Warren Barton did. This is a quite unbelievable finish to a semi-final. It was Batty, I think, who headed it first, and still it isn't away, and Barnes has missed it as well. And then suddenly the whistle goes, and Newcastle United, having lived on their nerves for 3 minutes of stoppage time, are through to the FA Cup final for the first time since 1974.